Hi, my name is Dr. Douglas Potter. I have a master's degree in healthcare management. I have a PhD in behavioral science, worked in the emergency room for 15 years, and 5 years in a locked psych ward. I'm here today to talk to you about fatigue management and if we educate ourselves, how to combat fatigue. There are a few things we have left over from our caveman past: the appendix, the gallbladder, spleen. A long time ago we ate a diet that consisted of rocks and sticks and leaves, especially when we're down there scavenging for different roots from the different plants. We'd end up eating these items, and this is the reason that these still exist in our system today. But we've evolved since then. We have evolved from the primitive man, not only in our diet, but in other things. If you look at the chart right here, we also have in the brain, we have the suprachiasmatic nucleus and the retinohypothalamic tract. These two devices deal mainly with fatigue, which is the subject we're talking about today. The suprachiasmatic nucleus is a 3rd millimeter bunch of cells located behind the hypothalamus that controls your body's core temperature. Your body's core temperature in the middle of the night drops from like 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit to 96.6 degrees Fahrenheit. For those of you using the Celsius scale, it drops from about 37 degrees Celsius to about 35.9. And so in the middle of the night, when you're sitting there trying to blame your spouse for how cold you actually are, you can blame this little bugger here, because it actually drops your core temperature in the middle of the night, just like, for an example, like a bear that's trying to hibernate. It's trying to actually shut the body down at a certain time of night. Well, down below we have the retinohypothalamic tract. And we've learned from that every exposure of light we have to the body actually awakens us. When we expose ourselves to mass amounts of light, it actually awakens the body. And the way it does it is this. Back when we were in the caveman days, caveman past, and we were back in our cave at nighttime, when it would become daylight and the sun would shine through, our eyelids are so thin that when the sun would actually wake us up, it would wake us up so we could go out there and hunt and survive as a species. Well, so we've learned from fatigue management and sleep management that to trick our body for the hypothalamus and for the retinohypothalamic tract, there's little things that we can do. I'd like to just run a few things with you right now. We've learned in science that the key fatigue times on the human body are 2 and 2, 2 a.m. and 2 p.m. The worst time at the middle of the night is the 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. time frame. These are when you'll find most of your major disasters have occurred. If you look on the internet, you'll find Chernobyl, Valdez, 3 Mile Island, that all these have occurred between the 2 to 5, 2 to 6 time frame. And it's when your body's really shutting down. The other time, the 2 p.m. time, actually has a twofold thing. Not only is it when your body's getting tired again, it's also referred to as the lunchtime dip. When we eat lunch at 12 or 1 and our bodies are trying to metabolize that food, it's our body's reaction to try to go to sleep right after that, and we need to learn how to fight that. So one of the best ways to fight fatigue, to combat fatigue, is with caffeine. Now, I researched a bunch of energy drinks, and I found the safest one on the market right now is the 911 energy drink. And it doesn't have a drug called glucuronolactone in it, and it seems pretty safe. It's one of the safest on there right now. But there's other variations of caffeine. I just want you to consume it at those key times. You can drink coffee, you can drink tea, you can eat chocolate. So during the key fatigue times, which we've agreed are 2 and 2, is when I want you to consume caffeine. Also, if you're a night shift worker, what I'd like you to do is go directly home and go to sleep. So as soon as your night shift ends, I don't want you to stay up and expose yourself to light. I want you to go to sleep and do something called sleep hygiene. You'll make your room perfectly darkened. You'll put mask on, you put earplugs in, and if you do have sound going on in the background, it'll be something called white noise. An example of white noise is like a fan going off, a constant vibration from a machine, anything but music. I don't want you to listen to music, but it'll actually try to awaken the human body. So we're gonna fight with light, and we're gonna fight with caffeine. Being that we know light exposure actually awakens the body, what we're gonna do for the night shift worker is the night shift worker's during his night shift is trying to expose himself as much light as possible, especially during his break times and stuff like that. He's going to go to a lighted room. Now, and vice versa, when he gets off of his shift, he wants to expose himself to as little light as possible. Now, this for the day shift worker, it corresponds the other way. The guy's going to go in for his day shift. He's going to know around 2 o'clock is his key fatigue time. He's going to drink caffeine. And what he's going to do when it's night out and dark outside, when he goes to, say, use the bathroom in the middle of the night, he's going to avoid cutting on all the lights to actually awaken his cycle and break his degree of sleep. So being that we've learned how to trick the body in a few ways, it'll also actually decrease stress on the human body so we can deal with fatigue, stress, and wellness all in the same issue. I'd like to thank you all for listening to me today on my fatigue presentation. My name is Dr. Douglas Potter, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Thank you.